Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, this is Making It Happen with Mary, and I am Mary. There's actually some of my subbies out there who have said to me they love when I do that, and when I don't do that in videos, they notice it. So, and this is Mary, and I am Mary. All right, so anyway, y'all see the hair, right? Y'all see the hair. So you know what that means, right? You know what that means. It means we are doing a get ready with me this morning. So anyway, it is a beautiful Sunday morning here in Northeast Ohio, and I figured what better way to start my Sunday than to like hang out with y'all, right? So let me get my tools of the trade out here. Well, I am officially back on part-time hours. I'm no longer, tax season's over. I'm only doing 3 hours, or I'm sorry, 3 hours, I wish, 3 days a week at the office. And the other days, I'm still doing my other stuff, my other jam, right? Working on YouTube, working on all my other side hustles I have going on, which I did do a video about my side hustles. I want to say it was like about a year ago now. So if you want to see that, you can look back to my videos. It's like top tricks, tips and tricks I use to make like an extra $500 a week or something like that. But anyway, so yes, so I am back to the part-time, which I do love, although it can be stressful because you gotta make money. But it is what it is. So let's see, we're gonna use my lovely Charlotte Tilbury. I love her. It's that beautiful skin foundation. I really do like this one, actually. I did already pre-moisturize my skin. I did all that good stuff, so there's no need for me to do all of that. Y'all, we are about, let's see, we are a few weeks out now from my trip. Yay! We are going to Puerto Vallarta, just me and my youngest son, and I cannot freaking wait. I am in dire need of a vacation. I did have somebody ask me, like, how are you able to afford traveling as much as I do? And let me tell you something. I afford it, well, first of all, because I work, duh. But second of all, I use a lot of tips and tricks to travel, like, for super low cost, I'll put you this way. Do you know how much I paid for my plane tickets for me and Anthony to go to Puerto Vallarta round trip? $0. How did I pay $0? Is because I use a credit card that I earn miles on, airline miles, with every single purchase. So all of my normal monthly expenses that I'm able to put on a credit card, I do, but I pay it off at the end of the month. You don't want to get stuck in that trap. So I accrue airline miles rather quickly. So I have not paid airline tickets for any trip in probably 4 years. No joke. So, and I mean, I did accrue a lot more during 2020 and part of 2021 because like nobody was traveling and I wasn't traveling. And so I didn't use them that year. So it's almost like I had double duty to use. Plus that credit card that I use, that American Express Delta, they also give you one free companion ticket per year with that card because I built up to a certain status by now. So yes, so that is how I get around not paying airfare, y'all. And I'll tell you something, if you are not using some of these programs out there to your benefit, you're really missing out. That's all I'm gonna say, you're really missing out. Okay, so yeah, and with like Airbnb and stuff like that, you can usually find places that are pretty affordable online. So, I mean, and then I do, sometimes we'll have like a nice dinner out, but I also try to find things or go to places where I know the cost of food isn't going to be as bad, et cetera, et cetera. So that helps me a lot too. But I am super excited for this trip, y'all. I cannot wait. I feel like I have, even though, like I said, it was just back in December that I went to Cabo with my daughter, but I swear to God, it feels like it's been forever. And maybe it's just because tax season was so damn long. Oh my God, it was crazy. It was crazy. But I just need it. I need to just sit on the beach, drink in hand, and relax and not worry about anything. I will be vlogging while I'm there, but I am going to take a serious amount of R&R on this trip as opposed to other trips. So I need it. I'm in dire need of it. But anyway, other than that, so yeah, I'm looking forward to the trip. And y'all, I'm embarrassed to even talk about this, but I'm going to, because I think it's super, super important to be transparent with people. And I weighed myself for the first time since the beginning of the year, the other day, and I was horrified, like absolutely horrified. I currently weigh right now the most that I've ever weighed in my entire life. And I'm a little, I know how I did it. It was from literally being in that office and eating a ton. This is the only office I've ever been in where I've eaten this much on a daily basis. Like, it was insane. It was insane how much I was eating. They were eating out every single day and I wasn't paying for it. So, breakfast, lunches, all kinds of snacks and everything. And of course my willpower obviously was shit. So when I got on the scale the other day, like, I came this close to crying. Listen, I'm all for rocking that plus size figure, and I will rock the shit out of anything, no matter what my weight. But being at a heavier weight like that, I'm noticing the effects on my body. My back hurts more, my knees are hurting. I'm having a harder time doing normal stuff, which is, I get winded really easily, and I don't want to live my life like that. So I'm going to have to do something, y'all. I'm going to have to do something, because this is no bueno. So yeah, so I'm going to have to start really watching what I'm putting in my mouth, and what I'm eating, what I'm drinking. I'm probably going to have to cut out all alcohol and any type of a beverage that has calories in it for a while. I know what works. It's just doing it. That's the problem. But yeah, so far as how I actually physically look, I don't really care about that. I just don't. And I think the reason being is, you know how people have body dysmorphia and they think they're bigger than what they are? Like, a lot of people who unfortunately develop issues with eating, they have body dysmorphia, a lot of them, where they think they look so much bigger than what they are. I think I have that in reverse, where I don't think I'm as big as what I probably am. So to me, I'm just like, oh damn, baby, you look good, girl. And other people are probably like, God damn, I can't believe she's wearing that, but I don't really give a shit. I don't care what other people think. That's the whole thing. The reason I want to start this thing with losing some weight is I care how I'm feeling more than anything else. So, and I got to keep up with Anthony. He's still young, and I want to be able to keep up with him. And I'm a little bummed that I'm going to be going on this trip so out of shape, but it is what it is. I'm just going to have to start watching what I'm eating. And yeah, and I'm sure some of it is my age. I'm getting older, and I am in that lovely pre-menopause state now, because I've been getting hot flashes. My sleep has been disrupted lately, and I'm just like, oh, great. Lovely, right? But, it's a part of life. It is what it is, but I don't want to shorten my lifespan because of my weight. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be attacking for the next, probably for the rest of this year, really. It's going to take me a while, because y'all, in this last year, I've easily gained 25 pounds. And I was already heavy to begin with, but I've gained 25 pounds. And I'm just going, holy crap, how did I pack that on so quick? But I did. So I'm going to have to take steps to eradicate that, okay? And I'm already taking high blood pressure meds, and I started taking those when I was 40, even though my weight was like almost 40 pounds less than it is now. And they started me on high blood pressure meds, and I wanted to get off those meds, but even at that point, my doctor was like, we're not taking you off of these until you lose at least 30 pounds. So now with the 40 pounds, I'm heavier now, and those 30 pounds, we're talking like 70 pounds that I probably should lose before my doctor's even gonna be willing to think about taking me off these high blood pressure meds. So I got my work cut out for me. I don't wanna be a stick figure. I don't even wanna be thin. I don't. I just want to be healthy. That's it. That's it. I don't care what size my pants says. I don't care what the number on the scale says ultimately. I care about it right now because I've never been this heavy in my entire freaking fracking life, like ever. Delivering all 3 of my kids, I was never this heavy, which really is like, oh my God, damn girl, step away from the sandwich, you know? So it's like, but I do kind of want to talk to my doctor about Ozempic, or what is it, semi-glutide or something, as all the other different versions that are out there. Because I imagine at the next time I go to the doctor, the weight I'm at right now, they're probably going to tell me I am borderline diabetic at this point, which is not good. And I'm kind of afraid to even go to the doctor now. She's gonna be pissed. But I'm really tempted to inquire about it. I've heard of a lot of good stories on it, but I've also heard a lot that there's like a lot of side effects. And some people have some and some people have none. And I guess it can be dealt with. I mean, what are your thoughts on this whole Ozempic wave? I mean, I have heard that a lot of people in Hollywood are taking it, and they're already thin to begin with, but they want to lose like that extra 10 pounds. Where I think this is more for people who have some serious weight to lose, such as myself at this point. I mean, honestly, I think anything over 25 pounds, you're talking some serious weight. That's weight. I mean, to put it on doesn't take that long, but getting it back off again. And I want to do it in a healthy way. So, I mean, I don't want to starve myself. I don't want to do the fad diets that everybody's doing. I want to do something that's sustainable long term. So I've got to get my butt in gear and do it. And hopefully you guys can keep me accountable on that too. Like, maybe check in with me every once in a while and be like, hey Mary, how's it all going with that? And if I'm doing shit, I will tell you I'm doing shit. If I'm doing well, I will tell you I'm doing well. And I would like to keep y'all updated, and hopefully you'll be able to see it in my face, because y'all, when it was my 1 year anniversary on April 15th for YouTube, I was looking at my videos, my very first videos, just taking a trip down memory lane. And Anthony and I were watching them on the couch, and I was like, oh my gosh, look how much thinner my face looked. And of course, God love Anthony, he's my biggest fan, told me, Mom, he got mad at me. He gets mad at me if I ever say even anything slightly derogatory about myself. He gets very mad at me. And he was like, Mom, do you really think that people just come back again and again to watch your videos simply because they like to look at your face or something like that, or because of your weight? He's like, no, they love your personality. That's right, son. That's right. So it's just like, ugh. And he's like, and you're not fat anyway. I'm like, I know I am, but thank you, son. Thank you. You know what I mean? God love him. God love him. But yeah, so I'm going to have to start working on that. If you are on Ozempic or have thought about trying Ozempic, let me know in the comments below, because I'm really curious if any of y'all out there have had any, have used it, if you've seen success, what your, any drawbacks from it, you know, anything. So I'm really, really curious other people's experiences, but yeah, we're gonna have to work on that. But today we're doing a quick routine because I ain't got time today to be messing around. I got stuff to do today. I actually have to record other videos today. And it's just like trying to find the time to do everything. And you know, I do it all on my own. I don't have someone to help me. It's like, I don't have a partner. Although in this day and age with dating, I don't even know if I want a partner at this point. And yes, y'all, this is coffee. I do have a little bit of creamer in it, but I can't do black coffee. I've tried, I just can't do it. But yeah, dating, y'all, have you heard of this group? I think every city, every major city or area has one of these now for their area. It's called, Are We Dating the Same Guy? Or Are We Dating the Same Person? Y'all, the amount of unfaithful partners out there is mind-blowing. Like, I already knew that there is a lot of cheating going on out there in the world, but I can't tell you how many posts I've seen of somebody posting some guy they met on a dating app. Anybody got any tea on this person? And all of a sudden, a comment, this is my husband. And you know, I was just like, I'm like, damn. But a lot of times the ones that have like a shit ton of comments, like 180 comments, I'm like, ooh, where's the popcorn? Let me sit and just start reading, because it's like, so yeah, so I'm not even sure I want to date at this point with that kind of stuff going on, okay? But anyway, I'm kind of hoping we get, speaking of, I'm thinking of Bath and Body Works in my head right now. I'm really hoping we start getting more like sneak peeks at summer stuff. Like the only stuff I've seen so far is that collection with the straws in it. So I'm hoping we'll see more. I mean, I've seen a lot of candles, a lot of soaps, which I did hear there's a lot of promotions coming up here soon of like soap promotion. There's big soap promotion. In fact, I think that's actually going on right now. Other promotions that are coming, they're looking pretty good, but it's like, give us some new product to get excited about. I feel like this is the longest they've gone without giving us like sneak peeks at upcoming collections, and I'm a little like, give me something to be excited for, because I'll tell you something, I haven't been excited for much lately when it comes to body care and the beauty world. I just haven't. I haven't really seen a lot out there that's like, ooh, I want that, or I can't wait to try that, which is weird for me, but I don't know if I'm maybe just also being a little more conscious of my money and really trying to just enjoy the collection I have, as well as going through my collection. And by the way, y'all, I do other declutters that I don't even post on here. And a lot of those things that I declutter, I put on Mercari. So if you have not checked out my Mercari, look in the description below. I do have a link down there in the description somewhere to my Mercari, because I have a lot of stuff on there. I have not only beauty and products up here that I declutter, but I also a lot of clothes from Anthony, shoes, some household items, not a lot of household items, but some. And you know, it's a good way to make some extra money here and there. Not a lot, but I mean, it's a good way to make some. So if you haven't checked out my Mercari, feel free to check it out. But yeah, I just haven't seen a lot that's really struck my fancy. I'm just kind of like, where's the good stuff? Yeah, I haven't seen much. So, and the little bit of stuff that has come out, I have just not been a fan of. Like that freaking birthday cake scrub from Tree Hut. Everybody was ranting and raving about it, and I went to the store and I sniffed it, and I'm like, this is like that damn vanilla one they did that has no scent. So anyway, so hopefully they do give us some good new. We're in need of some good new, I feel like, at this point, but it is what it is. Let's see, should we do a little bit of color today, or should I stick to my neutrals? I kind of want to stick to my neutrals, and I think that's what I'm going to do. But yeah. I also did, y'all, I haven't really talked about it in here. I did start, I was not on TikTok or Instagram, right? I'm just not huge fan of those platforms, but I did go ahead and I started a TikTok and a YouTuber and an Instagram. So I will leave the links to both of those below, or let's see, I think on, what is it? I think on both of them, Instagram and TikTok, I think it's listed under Mary Makers, I think, something like that. I'll have to look. Y'all, I don't know. I think some of the stuff on TikTok is funny, but I'm just not, I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. I also didn't want to add 2 more platforms that I'm constantly having to search and post on, but I don't know. My daughter, who's 22, advised me to start these, and she's just like, Mom, you know, more people will be aware that you even have a YouTube if you get on these other platforms. And she's probably right. But it's like, damn. You know, damn. But anyway, so I did start those. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of them. I feel like people spend a lot of their time on social media and not as much time like actually in being involved in real life. I don't know, it's weird. I know it's me as a content creator saying that probably sounds even weirder, because I do devote a lot of time to online, but I don't know, I feel like mine's a little different in the fact that I'm actually creating stuff to put out there. I mean, I hate these things when I'm out to eat or I'm out to doing anything for that matter, and you see people on their phones and they're just all together eating, yet everybody's on their phone. What's the point? Why did you even get together? For what? For what? So, yeah. But anyway, who am I to judge? Everybody does their own crap, I guess, nowadays. It's just, it is what it is. But, yes. What's going on with y'all? I mean, are you guys excited for, you know, warmer weather here finally, hopefully? And it's here in Northeast Ohio. I'm in one of the greater Cleveland area. I'm in a suburb of Cleveland. The weather has been crap. It has not been good. It has not, we had like one really nice week and it's been crap ever since then. So it's like, you know, it is what it is. But I'm like, damn, can we get the nice weather consistently? I can't open my pool until it has been a consistent 70 degrees, because then you want to open it so algae doesn't start blooming. Although I did go out there and peek under the cover of the pool from when I closed it last winter or last fall, and I'm looking down in there and I'm like, oh, thank God the water's clear. So I'm like, ooh. So yeah, but I love these flat angled brushes for eyeliner. I just love it. It gives such a nice crisp line. And I love it. Look at that, nice crisp line. So, I made Anthony breakfast this morning, and he's in there right now watching that movie, Eight-Legged Freaks. Does anybody remember that movie? I think it was very early 2000s it came out, I think. Yeah, Eight-Legged Freaks. I was like, oh my God, I remember this movie. I think his dad showed him that movie. My lips feel very dry today. Like, very dry. So yes, we're gonna kind of keep it simple today with, I mean, y'all know I'm gonna put eyelashes on. I mean, that's just a given. But I think we'll keep it simple with the other stuff today. Let's see. Has anybody watched any new movies lately? I know I'm like, I look crazy when I'm doing this. Oh my God. Has anybody watched any new movies? Y'all, Anthony and I watched that movie, Megan. Holy crap about the AI doll. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That movie was, we're scary movie buffs up in here, so that's why. But yeah, that movie was like, ooh. And y'all, I did it. I went ahead and I watched Cocaine Bear, which I think is streaming on Peacock. It was on Peacock. Y'all, I actually liked that movie. I didn't think I would. I thought it was going to be so stupid, but I liked it. Ray Liotta's in it before he passed. May he rest in peace. He was such a great actor. I used to have the biggest crush on him when Goodfellas came out. I just thought he was so handsome. His eyes, I just thought he was so good looking. But yeah, Ray Liotta's in it. And I was just like, oh my God. But the movie itself, it turned out to be like totally not what I was expecting. So I liked it because it was different than anything that they've ever done before. You know what I mean? So it was a good movie. I liked it. If you watched Cocaine Bear, if you've watched Cocaine Bear, let me know in the comments. Because I was like, damn. And then we ended up watching Knock at the Cabin, which is also streaming on Peacock. In fact, I think all three of these, Megan, Cocaine Bear, and Knock at the Cabin, are all streaming on Peacock right now. So if you have Peacock, get it or watch it. And if you don't have Peacock, you should, because they seem to be streaming a lot of movies that were like literally just in the theater. Like that new Puss in Boots movie for kids was just on there too. Anthony watched that. I mean, I sat there with him. I wasn't exactly watching, but I sat there with him. Yeah, a lot of movies are streaming on there. But anyway, Knock at the Cabin, that one was good too. It was not what I was expecting at all. And that one director guy, M. Night Shyamalan, I think that's who that is. I'm probably not even saying his name right, but that director guy, he's the one who made it. And he's the one who did all those other creepy movies like Signs and The Village and what's that other one he did? There was another one he did not that long ago that I was like, you know, he's got some, he's definitely an original writer. He comes up with some weird shit, which I'm all about, because who wants to watch the same crap over and over again? Give me something new. And Knock at the Cabin was definitely new. Now, it was kind of like a slow, well, no, it wasn't really slow starting, but I feel like they could have done more with that movie to make it even better than what it was. And they didn't. So that was kind of, that was the only bummer part about that movie. Other than that, that movie was that movie was good. That movie was good. I'm going to give these lashes a few minutes to dry, and then I'm going to put my lashes on, and I will be right back. All right, y'all, we're back. I did put on some half C lashes. I love these ones. They're the half C's that I ended up getting from Shein a while back. It comes in a big pack. They're little, I love the half C's. I think they're so good, y'all, so good. And they're so much easier to get on without like that inner corner lifting up all the time. It drives me nuts. And the only other thing I did was put on a little bit of lip oil in a rose color that I ended up getting from Bath and Body Works a while back. That's the only thing I did with the lipstick. Just kind of really casual today. And then let me just kind of play around with my hair a little bit, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, that is the finished look for the day. Nothing super fancy, just literally me, what I look like on most days. So, if you enjoyed this video, God knows I love sitting down and chatting with y'all. It's one of my favorite videos to do with you guys. If you enjoyed this video, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and ding the bell so you are alerted every time I upload. All right, you guys, that's all I have for today, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, you guys, bye-bye.